3, 2, 1, here we go!
Ladies and gentlemen, we officially welcome you to Combat Clearfield. Joe Dombrowski now joined by the party peacock himself, Mr. Dalton.
It's an absolute pleasure to be here with you, Dan Maloney.
He weighs in at 226 pounds, whistling out of Altoona, Pennsylvania. This is Kato!
On the way to the ring to kick things off, a local hometown favorite and a very established young veteran. He is Kato.
Kato, he is definitely a stout young man. I've seen him work many times before, and I like his jib, or at least the cut of it.
All right, Mr. Castle, what specifically brings you out here for this match?
Well, I'll tell you, I'll see. John McChesney is what am I looking for here? Opponent.
Yes.
He's the opponent of this young Kato here, and he happens to be the guy I got to get through next week to get a shot at that.
It's a Super Indy qualifier, right?
I'm sorry, I was really confused. I love when he does that, when he puts his hands in the air and everybody else yells his name. It's a good reminder of who he is.
And his opponent, he weighs in at 185 pounds, whistling out of Erie, Pennsylvania, and representing the Founding Fathers, here is Big League, John McChesney!
John McChesney was the flag bearer of IWC and the Founding Fathers for many, many months, but after that steel cage match up about a month ago when Jimmy DeMarco sort of turned the direction of his career, McChesney refused a handshake from DeMarco afterwards. We really don't know where McChesney stands on the issues with Jimmy DeMarco or IWC in general. We haven't really talked to him, but we do know that next week he will be locked eyes, center ring with the party peacock himself.
We're going to lock talons is what it is. Let me tell you, John McChesney's out here, and I hope Kato puts a whooping on him. The reason I'm here ringside is to get a closer look at this guy. Now, I've known him for a long time. It goes back about 10 years. I didn't like him then, and I don't like him now. And as soon as he takes off that shirt, you'll see why. He's not going to take it off yet.
I'm sure it goes a little bit deeper than that, too, doesn't it?
Let me tell you something, Dan Maloney.
I told you to stay up there and hand it to me, Pedro.
He's talking?
Here we are again in Clearfield, Pennsylvania, aren't we? You know what? Last time I was in Clearfield...
I hate when this guy talks.
Last time I was in Clearfield, I was in the main event. Hell, every time I've been in Clearfield, I've been in the main event. And now, I'm stuck in an opener with an over-the-hill comedic loser of a wrestler named Kato. Kato! You know what? There's a reason I'm in this match. I went online the other day and watched a video of one Chuck Roberts trying to apologize to me because Jimmy DeMarco screwed you over, pal. I told you for a year that it would happen. You didn't believe me, and what do? You're trying to make it up to me by putting me in the opener with this jack bag?
That's a jack bag.
And then put me in a Super Indy qualifier, a division that I ran for 5 years against that idiot sitting down over there. Sit down. Sit down.
Let's not cause any problems here. Let's get through this match, have some decorum.
I'm going to deal with it. I'm going to wrestle right now harder than you've ever wrestled in your life. Because you're going to feel what it's like to be a real champion. To be Big League John McChesney.
John McChesney putting his focus on me, which I think is a big mistake.
Not doing himself any favors.
Not doing anybody any favors. He's just going to get me angry.
And certainly you're focused to next week, and certainly you have a tough task here tonight in the form of Sebastian, another...
I have been focused since I stepped into the wrestling realm, which was about 37,000 years ago.
Okay.
I have since returned with 8 different life forms, been training each one, and now I'm completely ready to take on any opponents, including Little League John McChesney.
So you've been hanging out with Brian Kendrick or something.
Have you seen my muscles?
Yes, I have.
These just don't happen. I didn't ask for them.
No, you're very well put together. But what would winning the Super Indy qualifying match and subsequently Super Indy Championship mean to you?
It would look something like this there, with John McChesney's shoulders on the mat, but he wouldn't be getting up like that. What it would mean...
Beautiful vertical leap on the drop kick, and McChesney's specialty.
Slightly athletic, but it's not bad.
It's very athletic. We can't dispute that. But
a little Kurt Hennig slapping the gum out of the air there. I can't deny that.
There's a lot to be desired as far as attitude.
As far as gum chewing goes.
Maybe so, but great lineage of the Super Indy Championship. AJ Styles, Chris Sabin, Sterling James Keenan, John McChesney, Larry Sweeney, a number of others. Colt Cabana, also winner of Super Indy 2. What would it mean to join that illustrious list?
Well, I think it would just make it... It would make it more valuable to those guys. I mean... Yeah, that wasn't enough power to put Kato away. Guy's got a strong neck.
So what you're saying is that everybody else that's won the Super Indy Championship, they will grow in prestige now being associated with you.
Exactly. Like, I honor the fact that I'm going to be entering the world that all of them have, but I'm going to bring it to a level that they couldn't.
And McChesney now goes for the cover, 2-0. John McChesney alluded to the fact that for a year he told Chuck Roberts that Jimmy DeMarco was the real cancer in IWC, and I hate to say it, but it turned out the big league was correcting that fact, and there's still a lot of ill will between Chuck Roberts and Jimmy DeMarco. We'll hopefully pursue a little bit later tonight. Right now it's McChesney hoping to battle back into championship contention possibility.
He says Jimmy DeMarco is the cancer and he was the downfall of the IWC, but do you really think the company would be doing better on the shoulders of John McChesney? How can you trust that man to lead this place?
That's a very good point. After the year he had with the Founding Fathers,
I don't think we were in good hands in either person.
Not in the least. We have a near fall. McChesney locks eyes onto you, Mr. Castle. Once again, you are clearly in the man's
blame
head.
him? I'm an attractive man.
I don't think that's why he was doing it.
Do you think it's my neon shirt?
I think it might be the fact that he wants to prove a point and get through you in a league.
He's going to the top here.
McChesney is a 4-time former Super Indy champion. He did win a Super Indy tournament years gone by.
High risk removed. See, that was foolish. You wouldn't want to do that against me, and you don't want to do it against an opponent like Kato either.
Kato's got great veteran instincts, able to step out of harm's way, and now whoever can get to their feet first, why they decisive advantage. Crowd firmly behind Kato. Will you have this much of the crowd advantage next week in Elizabeth?
I don't need the crowd advantage.
I see.
I have biceps. Something both these opponents lack.
Takes a little more than biceps to win a wrestling match.
Well, that's why I've got my triceps.
All right.
And my pecs. And have you seen the lats I'm carrying around? Kato going to the top here.
It'll be time to count along with Kato.
It's not the place you want to be, especially with the ball jack in his guy.
Moving on.
And so is Kato.
Oh! Manhattan drop. There's a bulge segue somewhere in there, but I'm not taking
both
it.
men are grabbing their junk.
Okay.
And I'd be lying if I wasn't getting a little turned on.
Subtlety is not your strong point, Mr. Castle. That's okay. McChesney got dropped face first.
This is it.
Shoulders are down. Almost had him. Half a count away.
Hate to say it, but Dalton Castle would have got a free count on that. If I was on top of John McChesney with all this meat and all this pea cock.
And you can prove that in a week. McChesney, he's looking for momentum right now. That's certainly the telling point that's going to come out of this match. McChesney going TKO.
That's not a good spot for Kato to be. He was in control.
This could do it. He's got him. No. That left shoulder exposed.
It's obviously going to take more to put that man down.
Do you have a counter for the TKO, Dalton?
Do I have one?
Yes.
Do you want to know what it is?
Would you indulge us?
Why don't you come next week and find out?
I will be here next week.
If I'm ever unfortunate enough to be in that position, I will pull it out.
McChesney aiming for a super kick. Kato a step ahead. Hit the backslide, driving with the legs, and almost had him again. And McChesney next with a kick that time, but I think McChesney.
5 minutes going by this time, just 5 minutes.
Shoulders down again for 2. Big League is guilty of underestimating
I can't sit here
Kato.
and watch this anymore. This is. McChesney guy's making a mockery of.
I'm not so sure about that.
See what I did there?
Yes, you called in my ear.
What are you doing? Who do you think you are, huh?
You know exactly who I think I am. I'm the guy you don't believe in.
Huh?
I'm the guy that's going to make a big difference in your life, John McChesney.
See ya.
With one simple sound.
Well, how about this? Mark, Ted, I'm going to beat you. That's all. I don't need to do no birds crowing with
That's all I hear. That's all I hear when your mouth opens.
Shut up, Billy Johnson!
Well, Dalton Castle in the head of McChesney, and Kato with a roll-up, and Kato beat him!
Here's your winner, Kato!
No disrespect to Kato, but Justin Plummerback with us. I gotta consider this a mild upset. McChesney, former IWC champion, looking for some momentum on the road to Super Indy. He didn't find it tonight.
Joe, before I say anything, why is my seat so warm? And what is this all over the place? These feathers?
I don't really know, but what I do know is Kato gets a big-time win in Clearfield, and John McChesney may be in trouble next week. Dalton Castle's got the psychological advantage.
Get a handful of drugs.
Well, that goes to prove Dalton Castle was not in this to help Kato. He was here to hurt John McChesney, and he did a lot of damage out here.
Joe, I've said it a million times before. Dalton Castle's out for one person and one person only, himself.
Aiden Vale, a former drummer in a rock and roll band, tired of being in the background. He wants center stage, spotlight on him. And this young risk taker has certainly caught the eye of a number of individuals here in IWC Wrestling over the past few months. Drumsticks in hand.
So what do you think about this newcomer, Aiden Vale? He certainly looks impressive so far in his singles competition in the IWC. But how does this guy not have a win yet?
I'm a big fan of Aiden Vale. He's risen like a phoenix. He's an individual that has always given his all, always given his best, and he's against the top competition in the tri-state area. He doesn't have the best win-loss record, but he's got the heart and dedication and never gives up. I think he's definitely a big player to watch over the next 2 to 3 years. Reminds me a lot of a young Facade, a young Gory, a young Shulo from years gone by.
He weighs in at 280 pounds, wrestling out of Sandusky, Ohio, Rickey.
Now, Joe, Aiden Vale without a singles win yet, but if he's going to get his first, it's against nobody better than Super Indy qualifier Rickey Shane Page.
Rickey Shane Page defeated the Omega Aaron Craven about a month ago in order to qualify for the 11th annual Super Indy tournament coming up later in the year. Rickey Shane Page has wasted no time making a big-time mark for himself, Justin, when he targeted Shima Zion.
Yeah, Joe, I'm confused by this guy because he comes out, he attacks fan favorite Shima Zion, seemingly turning his back on the fans, but then you watch his promos online, you watch him talk, and you see him here, and he seems all right. So maybe he's really out there just looking for himself. Who really knows? And here we go. Let's get the bell going. This thing's underway right off the bat.
And the thing I've noticed most about Rickey Shane Page is you never really know where the guy's coming from. He's almost kind of two-faced.
I was just saying, promos and stuff. It's 1 minute he's an angry, secluded man. The other minute he's a fan favorite with fans wanting to chat it up with all the fans here.
Well, I keep thinking back to his first night in the company to that point when he was sitting with me on commentary talking about how much of an honor it was to be, how much he respected Shima Zion. Not 10, 15 minutes later, he was down at ringside laying Shima Zion out, and now he comes to Clearfield after decimating Aaron Draven a month ago, and now he's trying to endear himself to these fans. I'm not sure what Ricky Shane Page is trying to gain here by ingratiating himself to these fans and management and whoever else, but hopefully Aiden Vale can see through it.
Yeah, and one advantage here that Ricky Shane Page has, and I noticed this for the first time in the back today as we got here. This is a very large man. I mean, he's a pretty big dude. He's about 6'4", 6'5", and you can't tell that by just watching it on the camera. But when you're next to the man, he's a big guy.
Oh, sure. Very deceptively large is Ricky Shane Page, formerly known in a bygone era as Christian Faith, part of a very popular, successful tag team, but Ricky Shane Page wore a mask at that point. He shedded that mask, and he's letting his true self shine through. I'm just not really sure what the true Ricky Shane Page is all about quite yet.
We're certainly going to have to keep our eye on him in the coming weeks. The thing is that he is going to be a big player, qualifying for Super Indy. He's going to be around. He's making an impact. Here's a cover, Joe.
Aiden Vale went senton and got 2 out of it. And Aiden Vale, well, Aiden Vale getting a little bit frustrated.
Aiden Vale rocking the new gear tonight. What do you think about it?
Well, I think it's going to take a lot more than gear to win a wrestling matchup, but if it helps your inner confidence, if it helps your belief in yourself, then more power to him. He got his gear, he's got his drumsticks. What more you need?
Drumsticks, Joe. Good thing you mentioned they made an appearance in more than one of Aiden Vale's matches so far. As a matter of fact, last time here in Clearfield, he brought them out, got them involved in the match with Kato, but they kind of backfired, if you remember back to Combat Clearfield too.
Well, I know you see Aiden Vale using those drumsticks. Not what I would consider quite becoming of Aiden Vale from what I've seen in recent months. However, that attitude of Ricky Shane Page has kind of flipped the script, so to speak, for lack of a better term. Ricky Shane Page is kind of insincerely in these fans' heads, and Aiden Vale, I don't think is sure how to react to the fact that Page is essentially giving himself a hometown advantage.
Certainly a good head game Ricky Shane Page is playing on his way out here. And against a man that seems to be mentally unstable, I guess you can't blame Aiden Vale for trying to get the leg off of my God with fist.
Nice stunner, followed through with a forearm. Page gets 2. Page has been a very, very intense striker throughout his entire career.
See, look, Joe, he's getting worked up now. Look at this, man. Just watch him.
I hope he doesn't get the vapors.
He's starting to lose his cool, I think, a little bit.
This guy's nuts.
He's telling himself to calm down.
We saw the same thing at the end of the Aaron Draven match back in the month of January, where Ricky Shane Page was assaulting Draven after the match, and then at a moment's notice was apologizing for it. Was remorseful.
As long as we have about 80 or 100 fans between us and him, no, the kick out. As long as we have 100 fans between us and him, I'm feeling all right. But
that may not be enough. He's talking. The guy's talking to himself.
He's lost.
And this isn't even the same Ricky Shane Page that came out here 5 minutes ago. Elbow pad comes off. He's exposing the bone of that elbow. Went for a roaring elbow.
Oh,
Vale counters with the jump up enziguri kick. The overhead neck breaker. Aiden's got this. No. And much like John McChesney earlier, Ricky Shane Page, he's looking for momentum. Heading into Super Indy a little bit later this year.
Joe, watch the precision that Aiden Vale's pulling off these moves with. You couldn't tell that he's such a newcomer. He's pulling off moves like he's a veteran.
Stage dive coming up, but nobody home.
He's already recovered from it there. See, there's another veteran move, but it didn't quite work out. This could be...
Amazing snap on the Death Valley driver. And credit to Vale for kicking out.
Look at the resilience on this
Look at the face on this guy, Ricky Shane Page.
He's gone. He's gone. We lost him.
He's twisted. And Vale walked right into that roaring elbow. The bone of the elbow to the side of the jaw. And it's good night, Aiden.
Here's your man, Ricky Shane Page.
The curtain came down on Aiden Vale's solo performance. It was Ricky Shane Page. I don't know what to make of this guy. You love him, you hate him, as 1 minute changes to the next. But he's damn dangerous, and he's in Super Indy 11.
Joe, the more angry he got throughout the match, it's like the more dangerous he got. I guess he's all right.
He's calm. He's changed his ways already.
Like he's battling with himself. He's battling with another person inside of him.
He's conflicted. I'm not really sure what the situation is with Rickey, Shane, Page, but whatever it is, by God, it's worked, because from my mouth, he's undefeated here in IWC, and if he can stay that way for a few more months, he might be a Super Indy champion.
Yeah, thank God. And Joe, there's barely a founding fathers left to represent, but what is left of it is still pretty tough. Jimmy Vegas, who's not here tonight due to concussion, and the man that's about to make his way to the ring, Super Hentai, we're about to see a return match from last time we were here in Clearfield, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, Jimmy Vegas was injured about a month ago when a man in some kind of weird Halloween mask came out of nowhere, assaulted Vegas. We haven't seen him since. Hentai, a man with controlled aggression and howling fury. I don't think any of the founding fathers are on the same page. We haven't seen them discuss anything with one another all night long. What I've seen in the locker room area, they being Hentai and McChesney, the only two father members I know of that are here. And Hentai, I've always said that the IWC title was the key to them staying in their power. McChesney lost that final IWC title match to DeMarco, and I don't think this group's ever going to be the same. That being said, I'm not sure if Super Hentai in general is ever going to be the same, but partner or not, he's got a major problem with the family, namely Marshall the Bull Gambino.
And his opponent, he weighs in at 350 pounds, wrestling out of Ozone Park, New York. Here is Marshall Gambino.
Now, Joe, Marshall picked up the victory over Hentai last summer here in Clearfield. We're going to see if he can do it one more time, but this time there's a twist. Like you mentioned, the masked man that attacked Jimmy Vegas in their tag team match, the Gambinos and the Founding Fathers, last show here down in Elizabeth. We got to see now, is that man going to make an appearance again? Was he involved? Were the Gambinos involved with this man?
Well, that's the interesting parallel of this issue. The last time we saw the man in the mask, the matchup involved Hentai, Vegas, and Nickie and Marshall Gambino. It certainly plays into the Gambino playbook. It's their modus operandi. It's what they became infamous for and 5-time tag champions for. But I've never known the Gambinos to perform a dirty deed and not take credit for it and not own up to it.
Hey, fat ass. You like him because he's almost the same size as you, huh? Do you have any of that Bluetooth on to get that pizza in real quick, that order? You like that? Yeah! Domino's, 30 minutes or less? How about that one, kid ball? Shut up! Let's go, Hentai! Now, for you, Marshall. Last show, my tag partner, Jimmy Vegas, got attacked by some guy in a mask. How convenient. You guys end up with the win. I'll tell you what. That don't mean nothing here tonight. One-on-one, you and me, I'm going to kick the hell out of you. From here, clear back to Pittsburgh. Oh, yeah! Let's go, Hentai!
Well, Hentai has come into the ring prepared with a steel chair. To my knowledge, this is not a no disqualification matchup.
I don't think the match started yet, Joe. We're going to straight up brawl.
Well, Hentai took a wild swing. I haven't heard a bell. That's a good point. And we're on the outside. Hentai and Marshall. Well, we saw the all over the building brawl these two men had as part of those tag teams at our last event at Court Time Sports Center a month ago. And I think it's more of the same here tonight because the blood is only boiling a lot hotter based on the injury to Jimmy Vegas.
Yeah, that got nasty, Joe, and we might be seeing the same thing here pretty soon. And it's looked like Hentai's using the fan as a weapon.
Marshall got sent into a fan.
Now, Joe, I got to disagree with the decision that Chuck Roberts made. Vegas, of course, out with the concussion, but to suspend Mickey Gambino here tonight with no proof that the masked man had anything to do with the Gambinos' planning at all, I think he may have just jumped to a conclusion and acted out of pure emotion on that.
He may have, but you got to factor in the circumstantial evidence, the situations the Gambinos have been involved with in the past. Keep in mind the Gambinos at one point came within a few inches of caving Hentai's skull in with a cinder block. This is serious situations the Gambinos are involved in. Chuck knows that better than anybody. He may just be trying to stop it before it goes too far.
Joe, but you're innocent until proven guilty. That masked man could have been anybody. Where were you when that masked man came out? I mean, it could have been anyone.
I was calling the show. Oh, my God. Where's Hentai's head? It was almost catapulted back here to us.
Hope you brought your baseball glove. We might be getting some souvenirs tonight.
Match finally back in the ring.
There we
Match
go.
finally starts. My God. And the point I was making a minute ago, the Gambinos, they always owned up to their crime. They always sent a message because they wanted the world to know this is the Gambino family behind this. Don't cross us. They've never hidden behind masks. They've never hidden shrouded in darkness. That's the one thing that makes me doubt they're involved.
I have to agree, Joe. Like I said, innocent until proven guilty. And Mickey Spears.
Follow-away slam by Marshall, that amazing power, 280 pounds of brute force, takes down perhaps the most powerful cruiserweight I've ever seen, Super Hentai. And a chop for the fat guy, says Marshall Gambino.
Marshall using the fans as a motivation here.
Marshall with a backbreaker, and now bending the spine of Hentai along that thick thigh muscle.
Joe, how critical is this match for Hentai to win? Marshall won last time we were here in a one-on-one contest, then at Pure Talent over in Elizabeth. The Founding Fathers lost to the Gambinos. Could a third strike be the end for Hentai and the Founding Fathers here?
Well, I'm not really sure what the political hierarchy of the Founding Fathers is at this point. They're on life support. That beeping is about to flatline. Super Hentai and John McChesney are not on the same page. McChesney's not out here with Hentai. Hentai was not out with McChesney. Hentai is a proud competitor, and I think this is a must-win situation for him. The question is, will he have that opportunity? How will this play out? Marshall, he's got about 100 pounds on Super Hentai. Huge suplex. No, say what you want about Hentai's attitude. Sometimes a little bit ornery. Sometimes a little bit too demanding of the respect in the ring. Sometimes he takes shortcuts to get it, like joining the Founding Fathers. But he is a fighter. He is a competitor.
Well, he's been the face of the Super Indy division for so long.
He's the Super Indy innovator. He's the man that made it what it was, the man that took it to Japan. But all of that doesn't matter right now because Hentai, when he gets angry, he gets that tunnel vision, and it's all on Hentai.
Many of the Founding Fathers, Joe, you don't have to like them, but you got to respect them. I know you've said it a ton of times. I've said it a ton of times. They might not be the best guys in the world, but they sure are talented.
I noticed there's no rules. There's no decorum in this matchup. Marshall choking Hentai with the necktie. Hentai fighting back out of the corner. This matchup is far, far too personal for any type of a semblance of a traditional wrestling contest. Keep in mind, it was the Founding Fathers that kept the Gambinos out of this company for upwards of a year plus.
And I don't necessarily mind that, Joe, because whatever the rules they're playing by in there, they're playing by the same rules, and they're going one-on-one. There's no outside interference here. The tag partners are not in the building, so we may finally settle the score mano-y-mano.
Plus, if you were the referee, I don't think you'd want to step in between these two.
Nope, definitely not. Wrenching his head in kind of a demeaning position there, I guess you could say.
Well, he was standing on Hentai's hands and pulling him up at the neck, just wrenching away at the head and neck, crimping the neck, while at the same time maybe breaking a finger or two. And that's not wrestling technique. That's street tactics right there.
It's personal, like you said, Joe. These guys are going to do whatever it takes to hurt each other before they get the victory.
Hentai, he's woozy, but still fighting.
Yeah, the pace is definitely slowed in this one because of the way the bros started out at the beginning. They took a lot out of each other before the bell even rang. Here's the cover.
Huge side slam for two.
Not quite.
And Marshall frustrated, but you know he's not surprised.
Two, Marshall.
Joe, just to emphasize the hatred between the Founding Fathers and the Gambinos, and Marshall and Hentai in particular, the Gambinos pride themselves on their 6-time accomplishment, their 6-time wins of the IWC Tag Team titles, but they've kind of lost sight of that temporarily to set their sights on the Founding Fathers. They really want to settle the score more than anything right now.
And Marshall going to charge in with all that body weight, sandwiches Hentai. And again went for it a second time, but Hentai out of the way, and Marshall hits shoulder first
This contest, 5 minutes.
on the steel turnbuckle, not the pad, but the actual steel bolt behind it.
And Joe, we're only 5 minutes into this thing, and both these guys are shot. They are really laying it on each other. But you can tell they're sluggish just 5 minutes in. They're really hammering hard.
Well, you notice a lot of street fights don't last long. A lot of mixed martial arts competitions, you punch yourself out. That's the bottom line. This time, sunset flip. We did it.
Here is your winner, Super Hentai.
Well, Joe, that was a much-needed win. And stop the slide that Hentai's been on. He really needed that one.
He absolutely did. The war between the fathers and the Gambinos continues. Nothing really settled in my estimation, but another chapter has been written. And Hentai pulls out a victory. He was a little sneakier and a little smarter than Marshall Bull. And that's what sealed the fate of a family member here tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, what you are about to see is paid for in-ring time by Chest Flexor. Anything that occurs in this ring over the next several minutes has been paid for and is all the doing of Chest Flexor. I have no hand in this. Chuck Roberts is absolved of all responsibility of this. IWC is absolved of all responsibility for this. This is all Chest Flexor.
Maybe we should leave.
I didn't get paid anything for this.
Hear ye, hear ye.
Reward the town criers.
The time has come for the muscle worshiping ceremony.
Here we go.
Everyone rise. We request your participation and want your body to ooze precipitation. And please throw away your underwear due to oversaturation. When the cavemen discovered fire, they knew muscles made it possible. Sweat, gummies, and blood, baby. Take it to me hard. And now I give you 2 men that made it rain testosterone. 2 men who have ruined all other men for you. Chest Flexor and the IWC champion, Delicious Jimmy DeMarco.
What happened to my life?
Joe, this is the moment we've all been waiting for.
Is it?
And I don't think it matters what we say here because there's about a 90% chance that whatever happens right now will have to be edited out of IWC history for all time.
Jimmy DeMarco won the IWC title a month ago and took that time to lash out at the fans for being spoiled. There goes about 80% of the United States offended now.
Oh boy.
Oh, for crying out loud.
Joe, how are you here and there at the same time?
Is this the Chinese New Year now? Stop the pain. Get the hook.
Joe, we've reached new levels.
I hope it's not Jimmy and Flexor under there.
I think that's an actual creature, Joe. I don't think there's nobody under there. What are you talking about?
If they're not under there, I shudder to think where they could be.
Is it eating something, Joe?
I think that's his tongue.
It's eating its own. Okay. Wow. We're getting a good look at this creature. Gobbledygook or eat your heart out.
Something like that.
Are you going to get in there and dance, Joe? Because somebody needs a dance partner.
Got a pair of legs like my mother-in-law.
Here they are. Jimmy DeMarco, the IWC World Heavyweight Champion, and the $1 billion man, Chest Flexor.
They've been dressing in Elton John's closet again. Jimmy DeMarco says IWC fans are spoiled, they don't appreciate anything, and he blames the fans for all of his problems and his sacrifices and his issues.
So last time we saw Jimmy, he was victorious inside of that cage, that rematch in a cage against John McChesney. McChesney can never get another title shot against DeMarco. Fans were going wild. And then Jimmy DeMarco turns his back on those fans who at the time, as the votes were being tallied, voted him the most popular wrestler of the year. Turned his back on him. Turned his back on Chuck Roberts, the man who made this company what it is today.
And I'll tell you what, those fans, they made Jimmy DeMarco a superstar. They're the reason Jimmy DeMarco started getting noticed, started getting opportunity, started gaining respect. Because these fans made Jimmy DeMarco. IWC did not make Jimmy DeMarco. But Jimmy appreciates none of it.
He doesn't, and that night he was full of anger and rage. And for the fans of Cheap Plug, IWC Aftershocks, who checked it out, I tried to get a word with Jimmy, who's always loved to get on the show and speak his mind. He wanted nothing to do with me and nothing to do with the fans. But after that night and all the rage that he had, things have just gotten more bizarre. If you've been to IWCWrestling.com, you've seen it.
You think it got more bizarre? Do you think so?
And this is the bottom of the...
Are you kidding me?
Oh, here we go. Here's Chuck.
Are you kidding me? These people didn't come here to see the longest entrance in the history of entrances.
They beat The Undertaker and
I
Triple
don't
H
care
combined.
if you are done, okay? Are they done? And are you tired of this? Oh, guess what? Shut up! You're both done, and you're done right now.
Wait, 1 second. We're not done yet. Shut your mouth. This is Joe Dombrowski's evil twin. Dombrowski is more sexual than you and better looking. You bow your head in shame. And don't you ever look at me again, because Joe Dombrowski's the best. Turn your seat around.
So are you smitten with Jimmy DeMarco?
DeMarco.
Maybe the other way around.
First time I used the word smitten.
I got one thing to say. Just wait. Just wait. You listen to me, everyone? Everyone listen to me? Stand up for 1 second. Farmers from all over the United States have been trying to make the most highest quality produce that they can in a very, very nasty environmental world climate. So let's give it up for the farmers, because they suck, because they can't produce succulent, juicy things like these guns that I possess, like these muscles. No farmer at Walmart or Bottom Dollar Foods can produce.
Cut it off. That's it. Okay?
Thank
I listened to you
Thank
enough. Now, I told everybody on IWCWrestling.com that I had an open invitation to any professional wrestler after what you did to me, but more importantly, after what you did to all those people at Pure Talent. You know, not only did you slap them in the face down in Pittsburgh, but you slapped everybody in the face here in Clearfield that cheered you and came here for you. Well, guess what? That's fine. Now we know exactly who you are, and we already know who you are. So guess what? I didn't have to look too far, as it turns out, because I had one guy that actually, Flexor, dislikes you a whole lot more than your family. Hard to believe, huh? And you know him very, very well because he's one of the first guys that you tried to push around. And why? Sure, he's smaller than you, absolutely. But you know what? He's got more heart than you'll ever have. So one of your opponents here tonight is none other than...
Well, there was an open challenge
Gory
issue.
Futuristic.
Gory Futuristic.
I didn't know he was accepting applications from the future, Joe. But he's back. Gory Futuristic's here at Clearfield.
Chest Flexor's original whipping boy.
Gory, with all due respect, I know nobody really thinks you have what it takes to take on these two guys. I know that. If they are guys, it's kind of hard to tell. Here's the thing, though, Gory. You said that you have everything what it takes to shut his mouth up. Now's your golden opportunity. You want a shot and a spot in this company? You better capitalize. But I gotta tell you what. This isn't a joke, DeMarco. You better look at me, and you better
for once in your life be serious about something. Because there's another guy that called me that, again, I didn't have to look very far. But I'll tell you what, I'll enjoy as well as these people whilst watching him beat your butt all around this building. So come on out here, John Bolen.
Oh, wow.
John Bolen back, one of the strongest men in the IWC. We haven't seen him in a while. He made a reappearance at the 10th anniversary show. And now he's back here at Combat Clearfield 3.
And he's got his eyes locked onto the Chinese dragon. Well, so much for a creature. Oh my God! Put it back on, for the love of God!
I thought it was real!
It's all too real!
So as we know, Chuck Roberts sending out invitations for any and all superstars to submit their application to battle Jeff Flexor and Jimmy DeMarco. These two are the most qualified. John Bolen's back, and he's ready to kick some butt. I want to know why our applications weren't accepted, though. We put a lot of work into that.
I'm not going there. I would not want to mess with Jimmy DeMarco. He's a dangerous man. Whether you believe it or
They're
not.
coming this way. They're coming here.
They're going to the bathroom together. Holding hands.
Can we the camera back there?
What?
I mean, maybe not. I don't know. Whoa, wait a minute.
They found a guy. I believe that's our local promoter.
We have Sean Tischler.
Is he zipped up?
We can't get away with this. We can't get away with this.
All right, we're taking a little bit too far now. You don't want to. You don't want to touch.
Come on, he's not a wrestler.
All right, yeah, exactly. Let's.
Bolen with one shot. DeMarco.
You don't put your hands on a non-wrestler. These guys are taking it a little bit too far.
Look out.
I just wish they would get away from us. And these kids in the crowd are a little bit more brave than I am, Joe, because they're just a few feet away. I wouldn't be taunting Jimmy. Oh, no.
There's only one Dombrowski right here. That's fake Dombrowski. Real Dombrowski. Shut your mouth, kid. That ain't real Coleman. That's fake Coleman. This is real Coleman.
And why are these goofs that were under the Chinese dragon are still at ringside and pantyhose or whatever they're wearing?
It's like a more feminine Orient Express.
It's like DeMarco and Flexor's nightlife activity.
You know, Joe, I didn't notice it until Jimmy just started making the comments, but you do look good tonight. That's a new tie.
Well, thank you. You need to start tanning again, but that's another story. I don't think any of these four men in this ring are going to look particularly good after this matchup's over, except for maybe John Bolen, because, he's got about 40 or 50 pounds of muscle on either one of his opponents.
That's if this match even starts. After what we've just sat through for the last 15 minutes.
Well, they have no choice but to compete. The contract's been signed.
Can we get a match here? I don't know.
And make no mistake about it, DeMarco and Flexor, they are out there. They are nuts. They are goofy, they are loony, they are nutty, they are crazy.
They've lost it, yeah. They've lost it.
They are delusional, but that's what makes them dangerous. Jimmy DeMarco survived more beatings than any other man, and those beatings may have caused something inside his head to break or snap because he's turned against everyone and everything that made him who he is.
Now, Joe, you got to think. Can DeMarco and Flexor possibly have their heads in the game? Can they possibly be ready for a match against two opponents they didn't know they were going to have after planning out whatever ridiculous charade, muscle washing ceremony, I guess, that we just saw?
And I'll tell you what they need to be focused on next week in Elizabeth, the Super Indy. Former IWC promoter Norm Connors will be back addressing the claims DeMarco made when DeMarco said that Norm left because of the IWC fans. I don't believe it. I think DeMarco can have some dues to pay from the man who was in charge when DeMarco started. The man that gave DeMarco's first shot.
And Joe, DeMarco's not backing down from those statements because he said it at Pure Talent. And then if you've been going to IWCWrestling.com and seen the series of bizarre promos, he's still maintaining that that's why Norm left. If you watch the Wrestling Mayhem show, you saw these two gentlemen on there the other night still holding to their claims that Norm left because of the fans. So we'll see. I know Norm's denying it and he's fired up. If you check out our Facebook page, he's posted something there about it. He doesn't appreciate what Jimmy DeMarco's been saying about him. He's completely denying it.
Well, Corey Futuristic fired up, so much so he's falling all over himself. But up until that incident, I think Corey was looking pretty good against Flexor and DeMarco.
Corey might have a little bit of rust. He went back to the future. We haven't seen him here in a couple of months. But he is back in action. And he's looking mighty quick. But still being outpowered by Flexor.
Well, yeah, DeMarco caught Corey in the back with a kick. And Corey couldn't stop the momentum, but when he ran into Flexor, Corey had nothing left.
Now look at this size advantage.
Oh my gosh. And I'll tell you what, Corey's just not as nutty as these other two. That may be an advantage. And you talk about advantages, a surly, intense individual, if there ever was one, John
effortlessly planting Flexor to the ground there. This man's a monster. Here's the cover.
Bolen sends Flexor into that turnbuckle. Notice Flexor's been isolated, neutralized, away from DeMarco. Smart tag strategy.
No, that wasn't a slap. That was a thud across Flexor's chest.
Snap man on a sharp boot right to the back.
Arms all cooked. Notice Futuristic back in the ring and the cover right off the bat.
Near fall.
Well, we have two fans cheering Flexor on at least.
No, they're not fans. They're the guys underneath that dragon.
Are you sure they're human?
No.
They don't have faces.
That's 100% true. That other one doesn't have much of a body either, but that's another story.
That George the Animal underneath. Holy cow.
DeMarco distracts Futuristic and Flexor from behind with a clothesline.
Something just went flying out of that ring. What was that?
Flexor feels disrespected too because he somehow used to be the owner of this company, the co-owner, until Chuck Roberts reacquired it from him. And DeMarco illegally taking liberties with Corey Futuristic. I don't think Corey is from the future. I believe he believes he's from the future, and maybe that's good enough.
Never ever doubt what nobody is sure about, Joe. You don't know. You don't think Flexor's a billionaire either.
Oh, hell no, he's not.
And how did he hire that nun? Nuns are expensive.
Nuns aren't materialistic. What are you talking about? You had $1 billion, would you spend it like this?
I never thought about what I'd do with $1 billion, but no, I would not parade a Japanese dragon around. Oh my God, that's disgusting.
Thrusting suplex, much to the delight of faceless maroons on the outside.
Those tights are half see-through. That's sick.
Well, he's got some muscles in some other places that we didn't get to in the opening interview. Marco with a chin lock on Futuristic.
And I think Corey's a little bit outmatched here, Joe, against one of the best in the business.
5 minutes left on this contest. 5 minutes.
As bizarre as DeMarco's gotten over these past few months, still no doubt he's got talent in the ring.
Oh, to say the least, he wouldn't have that championship the IWC title if not. He wouldn't have been able to upend John McChesney. He did not. He's a very dangerous man. He's very, very skilled. The only difference is when DeMarco used to fight for the company, now he fights for himself. Cover. Get him.
Bolen in to save the day.
I admire the heart and the dedication of Corey, wanting to stick up for himself after the way Flexor has mistreated him in the past. I think you're right, Justin. Corey is just outmatched.
He's got to make a tag. If he doesn't make a tag soon, this is done.
Blatant low blow by Flexor.
And here goes Flexor. Flexor notorious for singling out a single body part and continuously working on it. The guy's a little bit goofy, but he's no slouch in the ring.
I'm not touching that first line. Flexor focusing on the knee of Futuristic.
There's a lot of moving and shaking in this ring.
Yeah, there is.
And a lot of it's in our direction.
Some places more than others. You're going to tell him to stop?
Wait a minute, here we
it's
go!
Like Kato got it now.
So close.
There was no tag. Oh.
Would that have been the upset of the century?
I would say so. I don't think Corey Futuristics won a match in IWC. First time for everyone. There, on putting those muscles to good use.
I don't see how Futuristic's getting out of this one.
While Futuristic his feet are so far elevated off of the canvas, he has no leverage whatsoever right now.
He needs to be careful here. And the tag made the Bolen. That was needed. This one was almost over. That might have been a... Wait.
Come on. They made the tag rap. But the diversion of Flexor and DeMarco.
That is a huge turning point, Joe. That tag is a necessity. And to lose it because the ref was distracted is just devastating the team of Bolen and Futuristic.
And Bolen's just getting angrier. If DeMarco and Flexor can keep Corey as the legal man, they will win this contest.
Look at the welts on Corey's back. He's just being beaten in there. I don't know why Flexor's just not going for the cover here. There we go.
Your fall.
Look at the heart, though. He might be getting beat down pretty bad in there, Joe, but he's got the heart. He's still kicking out. You got to hand it to the kid. He's doing his best. He's taking an opportunity and giving it all he's got.
I absolutely do. It's against some very, very tough competition.
Fans getting into it. I don't know if it's going to be enough at this point.
Well, Corey needs something. Like that proverbial sixth man. Nobody home in the corner. Corey, can you get to the tag? So close. So close.
The somersault. He should have just dove for the tag.
What? Corey
He needed that. He thought he made it. Now we're going to see some pain, Joe.
If the first one don't get you, the second one will.
And Bolen's been stewing in that corner. The rage has been building up. He's been seeing red, and now he's finally able to unleash. The pot is boiled over.
The dragons are up.
There we go. The purple creatures are taken out of the equation.
They both got it. Oh no. Flexor to the right. Look out. Right on top of both men.
He's a one-man wrecking crew in there. He's got DeMarco alone. What's he gonna do?
Gonna join him.
What is it, a muscle sandwich out there?
There you go.
Oh,
10 minutes behind this contest, 10 minutes.
Tag into Corey
he's not
Futuristic.
done.
Bolen using his partner as an offensive weapon.
Shades of Colossus and Wolverine.
last man standing.
Somebody's going to get that reference out there. Somebody. Wait a minute. No way.
Watch Bolen. What?
It's a bird. It's a plane. It's a 340-pound professional wrestler.
Bolen with a slingshot. Something I've never seen out of Bolen before, but the situation warranted it. And now we got a problem because it's 4-on-2 on the outside. Not that these doofuses are doing much.
The ref's got to get these creatures out of here.
Well, keep in mind, Corey Futuristic, he was tagged in that exchange. He's a legal man now. Bolen distracted with the masked men.
He's got to get back. He's got to get his focus back here. He cannot leave Corey in a 2-on-1 situation.
Watch DeMarco and Flexor. Double choke slam. And Bolen couldn't get back in time.
Took his eye off the ball, Joe.
There's the team of Chest Flexor and the IWC Heavyweight Champion, Delicious Jimmy DeMarco.
Well, the muscle worshiping ceremony didn't go quite as planned. However, DeMarco and Flexor do win the open challenge without any time to prepare, but give an assist to whoever they put under that Chinese dragon, whoever they hired to create a diversion. DeMarco and Flexor didn't get it done on their own, that's for sure. But what will happen when Jimmy DeMarco goes face to face with his former boss, North Connors, the road to Super Indy 11?
Beverly and Nickie Valentino, the One-Nighters.
Halfway home here in Combat in Clearfield 3, kicking off the second half with what is sure to be an unpredictable 8-man tag team matchup. Around the ring right now, Eric Ryan, VIP Joe Rosa, and the current reigning IWC Tag Team Champions, Bobby Beverly and Nickie Valentino together. They are the One-Nighter.
And Joe, conspicuous by his absence, Joe Rosa's new best friend, Tyler Stone. We'll see if that plays a factor in tonight's matchup. The two were really starting to gel, even though it was just for one night. We'll see if that has an impact on how things go tonight.
Stone betrayed his former partner David DiMera, using Joe Rosa to make that statement very physically, I might add.
And their opponents. They weigh in at a total weight of 872 pounds. Here's the team of Ryan McBride, David DiMera, Foxx, Vinyer, and R.L. Coleman, Capital Punishment.
Some new faces here, Joe. Capital Punishment. What do you know about it?
Well, I know they're based in the Albany, New York area, compete primarily in New England. As a matter of fact, on some websites, they were voted the best tag team in all of New England. They certainly have a very rich set of credentials behind them because they've captured tag team gold in every wrestling organization they've been in. But remains to be seen how they'll fare here in their IWC debut. Their partners, David DiMera, as we mentioned, the man that was betrayed by Tyler Stone and Joe Rosa, joined by Bronco McBride of Blue Collar Slaughterhouse, with his tag team partner Matt Segaris at ringside looking on.
And Joe, for those that tuned into IWC Aftershock, they saw Joe Rosa and Tyler Stone, the cornerstone, praised DiMera in his locker room to offer a half-hearted apology. It was at that point that Bronco McBride stepped in. He didn't want DiMera to be outnumbered. That's how we got this match here tonight.
And I do not envy the official for his job here. Eight young athletes to make a little bit of an impact.
VIP Joe Rosa, making an impact early on here. Certainly looking good, tip-top condition.
Well, and this guy's got a little bit of a chip on his shoulder, thinks he deserves the VIP treatment very early into his IWC career. You've seen him impress a time or two, but certainly we know who Clearfield was impressed by.
4-way jump attack to get this one to kick off.
Yeah, good luck calling this one. Team one-nighters trying to set things up. 4-way reversal, and they collide center ring.
All right, here we go. One-on-one.
Well, it's one-on-one in the ring, but it's one-on-one 3 other places, too. This matchup still out of hand, but it's Beverly and Bronco center ring. And Beverly connects with the Enziguri. In the ring right now, it's Foxx Vinyer of Capital Punishment. He hits a great combo. And the thing about Capital Punishment that separates them from all these other tag teams on the scene is that they actually came up through training as tag partners. They grew up together. They've known each other since elementary school, and that gives them a decisive edge over individuals that may have just started teaming into their careers, like Beverly and Valentino.
Joey started the Gambinos and how successful they ended up being after getting similar starts.
Overhead suplex by R.L. Coleman.
Here we go. We got each of the team's respective big men.
And now, can we have a disqualification on that? A blatant low blow by Rosa.
All night, Joe. All night. The refs have been calling things a little bit loose.
Well, you got to draw the line somewhere. David DiMera now.
He's Mr. VIP.
Takes
You can't
Rosa down.
disqualify Mr. VIP.
Well, you can certainly power slam him. DiMera proved that. That's a message for Tyler Stone, wherever he may be. And DiMera.
Do we have an update on Stone, Joe, or do you think he's just ducking?
Oh, I'm not really sure. And certainly Joe Rosa wouldn't divulge any information.
Stay tuned for this one, see how this develops. Because
One-nighters and Capital Punishment on the outside brawling.
at what point is the official going to get some semblance of control of this thing?
Maybe in the next match. This has been all over the place. Beverly hadn't even taken off his thrust t-shirt yet.
It's a nice shirt.
Then I've had enough thrusting for one night. I don't know about you. Brawl on the outside, but check out Bronco. He's a thick-boned young boy.
This isn't happening.
He's ready to fly. What?
You gotta be kidding me! The big man has wings. And McBride, the first one up.
And that's 4 for the price of 1. Even more if you count his own partners.
I don't know, Joe. Pretty impressive there by McBride. Certainly wasn't expecting a moonsault on the outside.
Neither was Eric Ryan. Eric wants a timeout. Bronco has Eric on the top. Watch Rosa from behind. And still we don't have anything close to a legal man anywhere. A little bit of Tower of Doom there.
Joe Rosa sacrificing his own partner to put a little punishment on Bronco McBride there. We'll see if it pays off.
Now it's Beverly. And DiMera centering, and Beverly glancing low in the pump kick. Valentino got all the German, though.
I mean, Joe, we don't have tags in this thing. This is complete chaos at this point.
Anderson, double flapjack.
Pick your spot. That's got to be it.
Hesitate comparing them to the Midnight Express, but very effective in Beverly.
The ring just too crowded to go for a cover there.
Sees Vinyer in the crosshairs, and R.L. Coleman explodes with some mass.
Big man.
Double suplex coming up.
These guys have here.
Well, we're going to make Valentino think about it, but no. Beverly in for the save.
So what's happening here, Joe?
Well, the champions are deciding to leave.
Technically, this match means nothing to them, other than a little bit of extra money in their pocket if they pull out the victory, but
Well,
they're saving it for another night.
Well, you don't get paid anything if you leave. And That's the end of the road. So says Capital Punishment. Eric Ryan with a drop kick. I don't think Eric realized it's 4-on-2. And his days are numbered. DiMera and McBride.
We've seen this before, Joe.
Recently joining forces, but already have that synergy. And Bronco picks up the pin.
So the one-nighters walking out seemingly carelessly for this one. Hanging out Eric Ryan and Joe Rosa to try.
And that's the MO of the one-nighters. Don't care about anybody else as long as they have that goal, the IWC tag title. Their day will come, but Capital Punishment, Bronco McBride, David DiMera, winning the 8-man tag.
He weighs in at 185 pounds from the broken mirror, Gory!
A man who's undergone an incredible transformation after watching his tag team partner and former close friend, Michael Facade, capture the Super Indy Championship. That brought out months of bitterness, of hatred, of rage and envy. And you are seeing the physical manifestation of the ugliness that's been building inside Jason Gory for many months.
Joe, I don't know if it was jealousy or if it's complete insanity. But if you watched IWC Aftershock, you saw a new man. Jason Gory. He's sick, he's twisted, he's dark, but he is focused, and he's focused on the Super Indy title.
Doesn't even call himself Jason anymore, it's just Gory. And what a more fitting name I couldn't think of.
And his opponent, he weighs in at 221 pounds, wrestling out of Venice Beach, California. He is the one-man militia, Matthew Justice!
Well, the one-man militia, he's anti-establishment. He's counterculture. He's against the grain. He didn't like corporate wrestling. He didn't like this vacation to Tampa, Florida. He loves to be himself and express himself as only he can. And Matt Justice has expressed his way to the top of the Super Indy contenders list. What an effort he had against Michael Facade a month ago at IWC Pure Talent.
That's right, Joe. He came up just short of the Super Indy title back in January, but he still has his sights set on that strap. The Super Indy title picture's getting a little bit crowded, though. But this match might clear it up a little bit right here tonight.
Well, that remains to be seen. Gory has met Matthew Justice once before, a couple of months ago, and notice the eyes of Gory. The eyes are the window to the soul. And Gory just animalistically charging at Matthew Justice is able to sidestep, thankfully. But Justice beat Gory to solidify Justice's top spot in the Super Indy division. And ever since, really later that night, we just saw an all-new Gory. We had never seen, at least in IWC before. I'd seen it building and festering elsewhere, but now it's totally consumed and taken over his life, Gory.
So, Joe, we kind of mentioned it a little bit briefly already, but what do you think caused that turn, that drastic, complete turnaround in personality for Gory?
I think it's a large degree of frustration. Gory always resented the fact that Shima Zion rose to greater heights than Gory did. And now Gory was watching history repeat itself with Michael Facade. And I think Gory felt like there was nothing he could do to avoid that. He felt like there was nothing that he could do to move on and get that same adulation. So he had to change his style. I think you see Gory hangs up Justice on the second ring cable, and no emotion. If there's any emotion, it's rage. But those eyes of Gory just look empty.
Those eyes look red. Did you look into those things?
Yeah, I'm talking about beyond that. I'm talking about inside. Gory slingshotted him with the elbow. And just a blatant show. And again, the old Jason Gory would not want to do such things. He came to entertain and to fly high and to about the spirit of competition. But Gory just wants to hurt people and project that same inner pain he has physically on everybody else. And number one on that list is Facade.
And Joe, if breaking out of the shadows of his former partners and getting attention is what he wanted to accomplish, he's certainly doing that. He's made big waves in the IWC ever since his new personas.
Fighting, but at what cost? Do you want to live your life like Gory is right now?
I don't know if anybody does, but I don't know if the real Jason Gory is still in there anywhere, if we've lost him for good.
Granted, in a week, Gory will challenge Michael Facade for the Super Indy title. You can pick it up on DVD, Road to Super Indy 11. But there seems to be so much turmoil and so much competition surrounding the Super Indy title, not just with these two men, but also with our main event tonight, which will be for the Super Indy title, Michael Facade, as well as Logan Shulo. I don't know if I've ever seen the Super Indy division as even across the board as it is now. That says a lot.
No, and you thought with the four-way dance ladder match back at Winner Takes All in December, we'd settle it. We'd have a definitive champion, a front runner. And while Facade does have the strap, like you said, Joe, the cover, no. Like you said, the competition is just so fierce. I don't think we've seen anything like this before. While it's heated, while it's intense, it's so exciting for us to watch.
Absolutely. Not too exciting for Matt Justice right now. Bit right in the forehead. It's like Gory's not even human half the time. Justice fights back. And Gory with a jawbreaker. And a follow-through straight boot right upside the face. And Gory uses all the body weight, driven down into Matthew Justice.
Excellent work by Gory, not giving Justice a single second to get back into this thing. Just relentlessly, attack after attack, wave after wave. Gory's still at it.
And you gotta wonder, I mean, in theory, Gory wants some momentum heading into next week. Does he care about winning? Does he just want to make Matt suffer?
I don't know, Joe. I don't know what drives Gory at this point.
Gory hadn't gone for a lot of pinfalls. It's been just chokes. High
the intensity, Joe. I haven't seen this intensity out of him at all yet.
Gory is either drooling or frothing at the mouth when he hit that. And check out Justice go springboard to the outside.
Again, like Logan Shulo, Matt Justice, another big man that is powerful but can still fly.
Come on, Gory.
Well, Matt's
inside and out of the ring.
That's on probably a solid 40 pounds of muscle since I first started following his career. Testament to him in the fantastic shape he's in, and he has not lost any of that speed or agility despite gaining the mass. Gory went for a wild swing. Justice responds in kind. And the man that calls himself the one-man militia, now in control.
Snake Eyes!
You heard him call it, the Snake Eyes in the corner. Yes, with a jumping back elbow. Could do it here. 2-0. Keep in mind, Justice would love another shot at Facade. They're friends, they're boys. We saw a lot of mutual respect when they met your talent. But, and you knock off the number one contender, that puts you right back in line to take on the winner after next week.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a big step getting back to another shot here. Justice getting knocked down the ranks a little bit in the Super Indy contendership after getting his shot, failing to capitalize on it. But it's not going to take much more than a victory here to get him right back in the picture.
Gory fighting his way free, at least it's Justice. Lands very awkwardly on the back of his head. Oh! Long blower with the extra torque of coming off of the second turnbuckle. Gory could have this thing won. He's got him. No.
Look at his face as he makes the cover, Joe. This is disturbing.
It's a scowl more than anything. The man's just miserable 24/7. And Gory might have been going for trepidation, but Matt counters. Quickens the pace. Can Matt mount some offensive here? Rocker, dropper. Will it be enough? Has him? No. And Matt Justice is a little bit surprised. And maybe that would have put away the old Jason Gory, but not the man we see now.
No, he's just driven by pure hatred, pure insanity, if you will. He's got that extra motive now, Joe.
And pure resentment. And Gory, he could have done anything he wanted to there, but he went right to the eyes. And Gory's got that, whatever the hell it is.
Mummy wrap of something.
Yeah, that sash with whatever that red liquid is. I'd hesitate to guess.
This is illegal.
The official takes it away. Wait a second. Matt went for air justice, and Gory just caught Matt in the eyes midair with some of that red mist. I hope it's mist.
I hope it's not blood.
And there's that choke. Gory calls it pestilence. And the hand is right around the nose and the mouth. You move your hand a centimeter and you can choke a guy out.
You gotta look at him. He's still waiting for the mouth.
And Matt is unconscious. Matt is out cold. Thanks to Gory.
So I know these men are both incredible competitors, but I gotta be honest, I'm shocked. I'm shocked at the way that Gory just put out. Matthew Duff is right in the center of the ring there. You're right, he's out. He's gone.
That could be the future of Michael Facade and or Logan Shulo, depending on the... Oh my God.
Look at that, man. Something's not right, Joe. Something's not right with him.
Depending on the outcome of tonight's main event. But Gory will not be silenced. He will not go away. Gory, figuratively and perhaps literally, is a man possessed.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following return match is a special Clearfield Lumberjack match. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the ring, the Lumberjacks.
Well, I had some controversy last time these two men met. It's going to be Dalton Castle and Hardy Peacock against Sebastian. We'll talk about it in just a minute. But first, let's talk about the dangers of a lumberjack match. Anywhere from 8 to 20 bodies on the outside, keeping the wrestlers in and keeping the action one-on-one, or so in theory we're expected to believe.
Let's hope, Joe, because we saw last time we were here, it was outside interference that got the win for Dalton Castle.
And that was as a result of, correct me if I'm wrong, a one-night alliance with Chess Flexor.
It was a one-night stand, so to speak, Joe. It was the first and only interview show for Mr. Flexor. Dalton Castle was his guest. He was out here insulting the fans of Clearfield. When Sebastian intervened himself, an impromptu match ensued. Flexor got involved. Castle got the juke. But that wasn't all. Chuck Roberts came out and booked a rematch on the spot. Booked a lumberjack match, which started the band chanting, "Dalton loves wood." That brought us right here to where we are tonight. Lumberjack match, rematch. Dalton Castle,
The following lumberjack match is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, he weighs in at 225 pounds, wrestling out of Thunder Bay, Ontario. He is the Party Peacock, Dalton Castle.
Well, I've had enough of my fill of Dalton Castle for one night, I'll tell you that. But a man who's got the most important match of his IWC career, it's coming up next week. It's the Super Indy 11 qualifier.
This guy's no joke, Joe. He claims that he's undefeated. Wow, that's debatable, but he's beating the likes of
It's not debatable, it's false. What are you talking about?
He says he retired Justin Idol. You try to tell him he's not undefeated. I'll leave that up.
I don't have that kind of time.
But he's beaten the likes of Colt Cabana and Sammy Callahan, two big-time professional wrestling stars with great win-loss records of their own. He's no slouch, Joe.
I won't argue. Dalton Castle has all the tools to go all the way.
And his opponent, he weighs in at 235 pounds, wrestling right out of Clearfield, Pennsylvania, Sebastian!
Sebastian has been a Clearfield favorite since he began coming to Clearfield. I'll never forget Sebastian's series with Super Hentai a couple of years ago IWC crowd.
Sebastian getting the fans on their feet here, Joe.
And Sebastian looking for retribution after the last combat in Clearfield.
Dalton's an asshole. Losing focus early. And I think he lost that drawing match with the fan there.
Well, now that the preliminaries are out of the way, about 10 men on the outside serving as lumberjacks. And it's Castle and Sebastian time, center ring.
It's going to be a great one, Joe, and let's see how the Lumberjacks may or may not come into play here.
And
Special stipulation.
keep in mind, Dalton Castle preparing for big league John McChesney in a week. Dalton could get into Super Indy, and you talked about 2 big Super Indies he's already beaten. Dalton could have a one-way ticket to his first IWC championship, and it could all start at Road to Super Indy 11.
And there's the trademark caw. Uh-oh, here we go. Picking on a little girl.
Well, Dalton not making any friends. Dalton is competing with peacock feathers in his hair. I'd like to point that out. And Dalton on the outside.
Look at this. The Lumberjacks got to do their job here. Come on, guys.
Well, they just kind of intimidated Dalton back into the ring, and that's as good a job as any.
Joe, do you believe that Dalton Castle actually grew that feather, or do you think it's just some sort of extension?
What do you think?
I don't know. I mean, I saw a dragon here tonight, which I was convinced was real for a short amount of time.
Yeah, it reminds me of that one. Reminds me of that one show we did when you spiked my drink. But be that as it may,
Makes things more interesting that way.
well, certainly I'm very interested to see how this matchup progresses. Dalton is decidedly the away team in this matchup. Over goes Sebastian, and everybody all his own. What's Dalton Castle got to do to beat John McChesney in a week?
I don't know, Joe. I think he has all the tools that are necessary. He's got the charisma. He's got the drive. He's a great technical wrestler, but that's sometimes overlooked because of his quirky personality. I mean,
He's an NCAA champion, right?
He's an amazing athlete. Amazing. If you actually watch some of his matches on mute, it's a whole different scene. What you see him in there, the moves that I've seen this man perform are better than what I've seen a lot of other guys do.
Well, Dalton on the outside again, but he's in
There
enemy
we go.
territory.
Look at that.
Well, Dalton, smart so far, not wasting any time getting back in. Doesn't want to see anybody put their hands on him.
Lumberjacks doing their job, but I think the fans might want to see the Lumberjacks do a little bit more.
Well, check out Sebastian. He'll going to be packed as well.
Wait a minute, they're going to send him back in the hard way.
Now Dalton gets it. Sebastian,
Again,
super athletic here. Nicely done.
and Dalton taking a beating out there, Joe. Sebastian able to make the cover just from the beating that the Lumberjacks laid on Dalton Castle there a few minutes ago.
And it's Castle all over Sebastian. Now back into the corner as Castle takes advantage and punishes his foe. And now it's Sebastian to the outside again. And Sebastian not lucky enough to hang on this time. And there you see Beverly and everybody getting their licks in. I think I saw those peacock feathers on an infomercial somewhere. Latest style.
I know I've got a few.
I'm sure you do, pal. You have a storied history with Dalton Castle already, don't you?
A little bit for the fans of IWC Aftershock. A couple of them that are out there.
Available. Well, way to bury your own show. That was nice, pal. That's on IWCWrestling.com.
Hey, it's a phenomenal show.
Probably get more views than that Mayhem show, but be that as it may.
The last time we actually saw Dalton Castle live.
Wait, we got a cover too, and no, I'll cut you off all day.
Wow.
Maybe you can finish your point now.
Nope. 5 minutes already. Last time we saw Dalton actually at court time on Aftershock. After, believe it or not, in his audience house, stuffing me in a giant present and trying to ship me to the North Pole. He got serious for a minute and he said that he knew what it took to get the attention that he needed here in the IWC, but he wasn't clear on what that meant.
He's got Sebastian's attention, got 2.
Maybe we'll see that here tonight, Joe. Maybe we'll see a renewed focus, but so far with the drawing with the fans and his same antics in the ring, I haven't seen any difference in Dalton Castle.
Well, I'm not sure that Dalton Castle necessarily needed to change anything up. Maybe that change is the Super Indy title. Gut wrench. Nicely done, side salto. As a near fall.
My God, Joe, could you picture Dalton Castle as the Super Indy champion?
I honestly could.
With such history. I mean, what would he do to the belt, though? The thing would be painted and feathered and bejeweled.
It wouldn't fit the lineage. Dalton had the gall to tell me that if he won the title, past champions like AJ Styles and Chris Sabin, they would be more prestigious because of now being associated with him, not the other way around. And Sebastian sent back in the hard way. And a peacock elbow or something.
Sounds right to me.
But Dalton, like you said, has beaten Colt Cabana, beaten Sami Callihan. Cabana's a former IWC Super Indy champion and an IWC heavyweight champion. Sami Callihan, if he's been around more in this area of the country, I could say the same thing about him. Sami's one of the toughest guys in this business. So anybody that thinks Dalton is all sizzle and no steak is sorely mistaken.
That's what I was alluding to earlier. You just got to look under that obnoxious first layer. And wait a minute here, we might see more intervention by the Lumberjacks. Dalton's tiptoeing on dangerous territory. Look at him.
Dalton just took a cheap shot. I want a capital punishment. That was R.L. Coleman. And he's going to pay for it. Well, a double take on the call, and it backfired.
A little slip-up custom there. Dalton Castle getting first taste of the canvas.
That's an example. Wrestling's a game of inches. That split-second hesitation was all Sebastian needed. Well, multiple seconds that he was on the apron, but you get the point. And it's Sebastian now in the head of steam. Nicely done, the hip block into the neck breaker. Sebastian, hometown victory.
Oh, very nice move. I thought that would certainly have it finished off. Innovative there by Sebastian.
Certainly very true.
Both men winded here, Joe, taking their time getting back to their feet. We got a momentary break in the action. Sebastian rallying the fans, getting them back into it. And what's he got in store for Dalton here?
It doesn't feel like a break for the Peacock. Climb and carry. And whoa, wait, both men did it. No, Castle hangs on.
What a reversal there by Dalton Castle. And here we go. We've got a battle of the Lumberjacks. Oh, mayhem is broken loose here.
They meet in no man's land, and the fists are flying. Castle used Sebastian's own momentum against him.
Wait a minute, Joe.
That's John McChesney.
Joe.
Big League will meet Dalton Castle in a week. A Super Indy qualifier.
The Lumberjacks are preoccupied. They were out here to stop the outside interference.
And now Castle and Big League's eyes have met. Dalton distracted McChesney earlier tonight.
He doesn't see Sebastian right behind him.
It's payback for Big League. And Sebastian got it.
McChesney getting revenge, Joe, and Dalton Castle experiencing a very rare loss right here to Clearfield Jones Sebastian.
John McChesney evens the stakes. John McChesney make sure Dalton has no momentum either. But next week, Super Indy qualifier, Dalton and Big League.
Wait a minute, Joe. Wait a minute.
They're not done.
Kato sending Dalton Castle back into the ring. He's going to get his own chance to appease the fans here in Clearfield.
Castle's going to pay some penance. We got both hometown boys with an unlikely ally in McChesney. Downstairs goes Kato. And that peacock ain't flapping now.
Wait a minute, Joe. I don't know if they're done. Here we go.
Sebastian's turn.
He's lining up. And it's good from 15.
I think Dalton's party peacock just got turned into a charismatic milkshake.
You can't be telling me they're going to do this again, Joe. Come on. I mean, I don't like the guy either, but enough is enough.
Don't tell me you haven't thought about it.
Gonna do this one for the fans?
I think Big League's doing this for Big League. Message sent for next week, and a message sent to IWC. The peacock sing in falsetto.
They do now.
John McChesney was upset over his card placement earlier tonight. But, man, did he get himself noticed or what?
An unlikely alliance here, Joe. Home the favorites in Big League.
Beverly, John McChesney, and Clearfield's own Sebastian.
But how will this affect the dynamic of the Super Indy 11 qualifier? Dalton Castle, Big League John McChesney. McChesney feels insulted that he is even in a qualified matchup, while Castle seems to feel the title's his birthright. They'll settle it next week. Road to Super Indy 11. A man that calls himself Heavy Metal Jesus. Is he a Super Indy Messiah? Here tonight, a man that has really come into his own and has come so close multiple times. Not just the Super Indy title, but also defeating Michael Facade.
So it's like a big rematch here tonight. The last time these two men were here, everyone heard about it. A 20-minute time limit draw, and what you are about to see is the real deal. This is something you will only see here in the IWC. Two true athletes performing at the highest possible level. I cannot wait to watch this one.
A man of many nicknames, the Neon Ninja, the Aerosol Assassin, the Suburban Terrorist. Lately, he's also added the Super Indy Samurai. Michael the Bomber Facade fulfilled what many called a years-long destiny when he won that ladder match, winner take all, to win the Super Indy Championship. But one thing Facade couldn't do, leading up to that matchup, couldn't beat Logan Shulo.
Joe, you mentioned the lead-up to that big Super Indy match. We did just say, first here, Logan Shulo had Michael Facade ready to tap. He had him in a modified Boston Crab. I thought it was over. The bell rang. Time limit draw. We had no winner. Just a month later, Night of Superstars in Meadville, these two were at it again, but this time as part of a four-way dance. That time, Facade had Shulo ready to tap. But again, as far as before it ends, Matt Justice beat Aiden Bale. We never got a clear winner. It wasn't until winner takes all in December, the 4-way ladder match for the Super Indy title, where Facade finally got a leg up. But tonight, Logan Shulo gets a chance to even up the score once again in the ongoing feud between these two men.
People say I talk a lot.
I'm excited, Joe. This is big.
I think it's very interesting. One comment Facade made on IWCWrestling.com when Logan Shulo went online and stated himself to be the best wrestler in Pittsburgh. Facade came back and said, to really be the best in Pittsburgh, you have to compete all over this area. Let's go to Pedro.
For your IWC main event of the evening, it will be a singles contest scheduled for one fall with a 60-minute time limit. Your referee in charge of the action at the sound of the bell, Mr. Troy Davis. And it will be for the IWC Super Indy Championship. Introducing first the challenger in the corner to my left. He weighs in at 221 pounds, wrestling out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Tonight he challenges for the Super Indy Championship, but in 1 week he could walk in and challenge for the IWC Heavyweight Championship. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the front man, the elite athlete, the heavy metal Jesus, Logan Shulo.
Man, I thought you talked a lot.
Joe Pedro referencing Logan, what he calls his golden opportunity, the first of half of that right here tonight.
In the corner to my right, he weighs in at 186 pounds, and he is roaming the streets at night, creeping while you're sleeping. Wearing neon green and black, he is your reigning and defending IWC Super Indy Champion, Michael the Bomber Facade.
Facade's been on a roll lately. Can he keep it going here tonight against one of his arch rivals?
And notice also Pedro said 60-minute time limit for this matchup. There will, or we can surmise, there will not be a draw in this exchange.
That's a result of the tournament draw last time we saw here. This time, this one could go the full 60 minutes. So get comfy, get your popcorn. We'll see how long this one goes.
Finish my point. Facade has captured championships all across this part of the country. I believe he came out with a couple extra of those championships in addition to the Super Indy title. Facade is very well traveled, and he's really come into his own. Logan Shulo has decided to put all of his efforts onto IWC, which is not necessarily a bad thing at all. And it could pay off. As we mentioned, Shulo could win both championships. He could win the Super Indy title tonight. He could beat Jimmy DeMarco for the IWC title at Road to Super Indy 11 in a week. And that means Shulo would walk into Super Indy 11 with both championships. Never has anybody held both IWC singles titles at the same time.
Joe, that's a very real possibility. Logan Shulo has been noticeably better each and every time we've seen him over the last few months. The guy is working hard. He's got a new look he's sporting there tonight. He's looking pretty good with the modified trunks, the new colors.
Logan is big enough, he is seasoned enough, and he is absolutely confident enough. Logan believes in Logan, and sometimes that's the first step to a victory.
Joe, you talk, the man's really coming out of his shell. You mentioned the promo on IWCWrestling.com, the comments that Logan Shulo posted earlier. Historically a very quiet man, kept to himself, focused on his in-ring ability, his physical attributes. But the personality
about both these men, really.
The personality is really starting to shine out. I guess for both of them too. They're both becoming more outspoken as their confidence grows, as their successes begin to pile up here in the IWC.
As that competitive spirit begins to grow as well, that spirit of competition. Both men want to prove, like nothing else right now, I am better than my opponent, because after about 3 or 4 months of attempting, they have not conclusively done that yet. Facade was able to climb a ladder first, but again, that was a wild situation. There were 2 other guys involved. Shulo broke the ladder with his body to cry out loud. Neither man has been able to decisively beat the other since they both won the Super Indy Hot.
And he knew he wasn't getting it that easy, Joe. There's no way it's going to end that early.
Try to catch Logan off guard. After 20 minutes last time, both these men may be expecting a long match. I think it's going to come down to, who can catch their opponent off guard, who can surprise their opponent the most. If it comes down to endurance, if we go the duration, slight advantage goes to Facade for carrying less body weight, but that is a very slight advantage to the point where it may not even be noticeable.
And it's amazing, Joe, the speed, the endurance, the agility of someone like Logan Shulo, and that's why the fans have grown to love watching him wrestle so much, because of his size and his speed. It's a very unique combination that not many wrestlers possess today.
That's absolutely right, Justin, but the fans decidedly would rather have Facade as their Super Indy representative. Logan Shulo's problem is he's very good, and he knows it, and he won't let you forget it. And that could help him in the ring, but it won't help him make any friends or allies out of it.
Joe, you saw that exchange right there, back and forth. These men have scouted each other so much.
That's very interesting. Logan went for a handshake. Facade referring to Shulo as Heavy Metal Jesus. Of course, Shulo likes to call himself the Heavy Metal Jesus.
Here we go, a test of strength. You'd like to assume that Logan Shulo would have this one. And from this heated rivalry, it's anybody's game.
And keep in mind as well, Facade is scheduled to defend the Super Indy title in a week against Gory. If Shulo wins the Super Indy title tonight, how does that shake up Road to Super Indy 11?
That's a good point, Joe. Is he going to have two matches? Or will we see a title versus title situation? Who knows?
Let's check out this neck strength, amazing neck strength on the bridge by Facade. Facade spends hours in the gyms and dojos doing neck exercises, so he has that strength in those neck muscles. And that shows you it pays off.
The basic wheel, Joe, the move that Facade is performing there, is hard enough to do on its own in more than 2 or 3 seconds. He just did it with an incredibly large man on top of him. Again, like we said, you're going to see stuff like this from these two all night tonight. That's what makes this match so exciting.
Facade, feeling the energy, attempting to quicken the pace. It's advantage bomber in this situation. The moonsault gets 2. And Facade very smartly going right into a hole, following that near fall. And that's a smart detail that the Facade of old would have missed. But Facade, the champion, has picked up. That again speaks volumes. Speaks volumes on the maturation of these individuals. And we talked about Gory and Facade next week. Let's not forget about Matthew Justice either. He's still very much in this hunt, despite being choked out earlier. His name will certainly be mentioned quite a bit in the Super Indy title picture in the next several months. And Shulo caught Facade off his feet one time too many.
Joe, we're about 6 minutes into this thing, and neither of these men showing any signs of wear and tear. They're still going full force, full speed.
And really no decisive advantage. It's Shulo on the upper hand at this moment with a drop kick.
And a nice drop kick at that. The big man can jump. We've seen it time after time. We've seen him leap from the mat to the top turnbuckle from a standing position like it was nothing. And here he's going for that modified Boston Crab. This is the move that almost got him the victory last time we were in Clearfield, but Facade avoids it. Thankfully, that could have been the end there.
Shulo knows the clock will likely not be his enemy here tonight. And certainly the clock was the enemy of both of these men in their last meeting in this building. And it's now Shulo riding Facade. Facade thrives in a quick tempo. He thrives when you don't know which direction he's coming from. If Shulo keeps this on the mat, Shulo has the edge. And there you see, did once again. Facade created that distance, attempted to change the dynamic, but Shulo right back on top and making Facade carry Shulo's body weight.
And the ability to kick out of that head scissors the way that he did. Another incredible feat. It's just the small things like that that these two men can do that put them above the other contenders, or many of the other contenders, in the Super Indy division.
It's that human game of chess. It's little things that fans out there, the uneducated eye that watches that may not follow the business regularly, they may not realize how very, very important the little things are. But the little things that look like they don't mean anything is everything to you when you're in between those ropes, especially in a big title situation.
Facade trying to slide out of that headlock, but Logan Shulo was able to put on the brakes as well and drop to his knee. He still got it cinched in. Facade's going to have to find another way.
And you can really see how Shulo has streamlined his physique. His conditioning is top-notch, but Facade steps in the back of Shulo's knee. That takes away Shulo's leverage on the headlock and allowed Facade to return the favor. There's that power of Shulo coming into play, countered in a way Facade just physically couldn't.
Spin move there by Logan Shulo.
And Shulo now trying to turn this into a power game again. Advantage front man.
Facade's got to get out of that. He's in a very dangerous position there.
And Shulo.
And Joe, we've seen stuff like this before from Logan Shulo.
Amazingly done.
This could be it. Facade's got to be careful here. He avoided disaster narrowly on that one.
Facade on a death grip on that top turnbuckle bolt. That's what saved him. And Shulo with a back suplex.
Come on, Logan. Here we go.
Got a cover. No near fall. Crowd behind Mike Facade. And he tries to will his way forward, but Shulo doing an expert job of grounding him. A man who could potentially become dual champion. Nicely done for Shulo.
Logan looking to get a little bit frustrated here. He just can't put Facade away. The Facade here is feeding off the fans.
And this crowd won't stop in their support. Facade, one of the most popular athletes anywhere he travels to. And it's clear to see why.
Logan Shulo with those kicks. His leg strength is amazing. You don't want to be on the opposing end of those kicks, and Facade's seen quite a few so far tonight.
Jeez, you can see the impact. The Facade hit that turnbuckle, just bounced off and landed face first. We got a cover 2-0.
And kicks out, Joe. Facade's not giving in, and Shulo's not giving him a break. Applying all of his weight into the neck of Michael Facade here.
I notice Facade is horizontal. He has no leverage at all. Trying to negate that now. Battling back to one's feet is half the battle. Next comes breaking the grip. Facade's done that, but Shulo is right there. Belly.
Shulo having a counter for every counter that Facade throws his way.
10 minutes.
Both these men came very, very prepared. They studied this like no other, and Shulo could have it though.
Facade is not giving in. Shades of their first match here last time we were here in Clearfield, where both men received a standing ovation because neither of them would give in. Facade's showing that same resiliency right here 10 minutes into this one.
That's right.
Now, Joe, Logan Shulo for so long has been called the future of the IWC. He's been talked about as having a bright future and so much potential. But the future is now for Logan Shulo. We talked about the golden opportunity. He's looking good. Looking like he may cash in on his first half of that. Super neat title right here, Michael Facade. It's going on a good 4 minutes now that he's had the upper hand in this one.
Well, I've seen Facade go the distance before. I've seen him wrestle upwards of 25, 30 minutes. And certainly a 60-minute time limit. That'll only take you so far. But I have not seen Logan Shulo in any kind of a matchup beyond that 20-minute time limit draw in length.
And the desperation boot to the face might be what Facade needed to turn the tides.
It's a real gut check here. Who needs it more? Who can push their bodies? Facade, spring forward, heel kick. I'm reaching a point in the matchup where their previous meeting, both guys had to start thinking about the clock. They had to adjust themselves. They had to switch things up. Now they have a full road ahead of them. And the crowd support continues to swell for Michael Facade the deeper we get into this contest.
Well, here we go. This is anybody's match. It looks like we got a clean slate here. And Shulo on the attack again. No, wait, we're back and forth.
Hard strike, center ring. Not able to duck. Didn't get all that atomic drop. I think he made up for it there. Facade with a leg lariat. That heel kick connects. And off comes the gi. Facade ready to finish this thing off.
Shulo wisely rolls out of the ring.
And Facade, maybe not! Unbelievable! Huge springboard puncher to the outside.
Facade just jumped out of the building practically, taking out Shulo, who was trying to catch a breather, but there's no breathers when Michael Facade's on the prowl. You're not safe anywhere in the ring. The man is quick, the man can fly, and you saw it right there.
And I hope we don't have a double count out here. We'll be back in the same problem we were in before.
Counts up to 6 already, Joe.
Well, hopefully these men are cognizant of it. We know they're dazed and loopy. Facade throws Shulo in to break the count.
Logan Shulo in a vulnerable position here. Facade eyeing him up.
And Facade gonna walk the rope with a drop kick. He's got it. No. Half a count away.
Joe, we're getting into the crucial moments of this match where it may just take one big move by either of these men to finish it off. At any moment it could turn, but Facade right now has got the upper hand. He's got something in store for Logan Shulo. Is it going to be the same thing again?
You go springboard. Shulo was waiting.
Again, the scouting that these two men have done on each other. Shulo saw it coming.
But Facade, couple of matrix maneuvers.
Athleticism. Unbelievable, Joe. This is what you come to expect in the Super Indy division in the IWC. This is stuff you are not going to see anywhere else.
We got a lotto press for 2. Just when you think you've seen everything from Facade, he one-ups himself.
There we go. Setting his sights on Logan Shulo here.
Well, Facade was the first man up. That gave him the advantage to open up with those kicks.
Look at that, just wearing him down, kick after kick. Doesn't always have to be pretty, it doesn't always have to be flashy.
That'll knock the air right out of you, right to the lung. Speaking of pretty and flashy,
look at that, Joe.
Facade.
Joe, the heart, do you realize what it takes? He was out, he was down. He got up and used the little bit of energy he had left just to push it and save the match. It was over there. He exerted everything he had, though. Back down to the ground, Logan Shulo.
That was a smart tactical move, that's for sure. Shulo's still alive. Let's make no mistake.
15 minutes.
Let's make no mistake about this, folks. This matchup will not be done. There will not be a decisive winner till there's a 3 count. It will be a battle every minute of the way.
We're 15 minutes into this
what
one.
in the world? Shulo drives both feet into the torso of Facade. You want to talk about the air rushing out of you? Again, that's 220 pounds. I've seen Loki do a thing like that, but Loki's about 180.
That's what makes Shulo so dangerous, Joe. And here's the cover. Could this be it?
He's got him here. No.
Saved by the rope, Joe.
The ring positioning may have been all that Facade had left to save him. That could have been a new champion had it been dead center. Facade
reversal,
trying to get that second, maybe third wind by now. We got a sunset flip 2-0. And now mid-ring exchange with the pinning combinations. You want to evidence how even this has been so far?
Joe, back and forth. It's anybody's match.
We're near 20 minutes and we're still at a stalemate.
We're over 15 into this thing, and these guys are giving it all they have. They're leaving nothing. They're leaving nothing out here. Logan Shulo.
Heavy metal Jesus.
He nailed it.
Sit out, powerbomb. Logan Shulo. Step 1 complete.
No. Joe, this is what it's all about. The Super Indy Heavyweight title. It doesn't get any better than this. I thought it was over.
What a war between 2 young men who understand the prestige of being called Super Indy champion.
Here we go, the modified Boston Crab. This is about the same point in the match last time. Facade will not be saved by the bell. Can he hold on? Or we're going to have a new Super Indy champion.
Logan, notice he inches towards the center of the ring. And now elevates it. You can see the torque. The more torque and bend put on the back of Facade, the more pain he's in.
Joey lost his footing. He's got to get it back. He's got to get it cinched, and he's so close.
The elevated crowd puts you so off balance because you have to position your feet differently, almost behind you, to get Facade's body to torque like that. Facade squirmed his way free, got to the ropes when Logan lost his balance. Again, very, very smart maneuver. Facade's a flyer, but I'll tell you what, he knows his ground game as well. Has a perfect leverage move by the Super Indy champion.
We got to be getting close to 20 minutes here. An unbelievable battle between two true athletes.
And you can see both these men are spent, but they will not stop. They will not let themselves stop fighting.
Facade again saving himself in a vulnerable position, but able to back Logan Shulo off, maybe for enough time to get out of there.
Shulo, oh my God, 20 minutes in, that vertical leap. That's unreal. With the solid powerbomb. We got to cover to what?
No, 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 no! Come on!
DeMarco, Flexor, Gory. What the hell is this about?
Joe, this was a work of art that we were watching in here, and these men ruined it. Would Shulo have kicked out?
We'll never know. DeMarco meets Shulo in a week. Gory meets Facade in a week. 2 titles on the line. Here comes Bolen. Bolen cleaning house.
Wait a minute, he's not letting Jimmy go that easy. But now Gory back in. And it's chaos, Joe.
Oh, we got a lot of bodies out here. Looks like DeMarco's hired some help. And here come the reinforcements.
The locker room is empty here in Clearfield.
And DeMarco, Flexor, Gory, and company are out of here.
And while the attack has been fended off, Joe, I can't believe... Wait, hold on,
DeMarco! DeMarco and Flexor!
All right, guys.
Get back over here!
Okay,
Get back over to the ring, let's go! Get over here!
Jimmy is now hiding behind...
Get back over here, now!
Come on, guys. Come on.
This had nothing to do with us.
You ruined a perfectly good match.
Easy. We don't wait till
Listen! Oh, yeah, right. Good. You know, it'd be like January, wouldn't it? You just wouldn't care, would you? Here's the thing. Flexor, DeMarco, you want to stop what's actually one hell of a great match? Well, that's fine, DeMarco. But you know what? The next time we come back here to Clearfield, you're not going to be able to escape, because you can bring a chair, that's fine. Because the next time we come to Clearfield,
And we still got problems here. Facade wants some of Gory. Gory's an animal incensed, and the fight is on again.
Can we get some control out here? I don't feel safe at this point. The fans can't pump. Come on, get some help. Where are the officials?
Tempers have boiled over.
Hey!
Now we got to have the locker room in the crowd here.
We got major problems here.
I like this.
What the?
Take out the trash. There you go. Take out. Hey, Clearfield, what do you say the next time we're here? We have ourselves an old-fashioned battle royal. What do you think?
Battle royal. Combat Clearfield 4.
Hey, and Jimmy DeMarco, and everybody, whether it's your buddies, whether it's your enemies, DeMarco, the winner of the battle royal, if you have that title, will face you for the title here in Clearfield. But either way, DeMarco, either way, get him out of here. Get him out of the building. He's disgusting.
Chaos still reigns.
Hey, wait.
Take him to the ladies' room. That's a good place.
It's a combat in Clearfield.
Oh, hang on. Wait a minute. Time out. I got a better idea. I got a better idea. Get DeMarco out of here. Take him out. Take him out. I got a better idea. No. We're not going to do it. Get here, kid. You know what? I changed my mind. You know what? We're going to have ourselves a battle royal, no doubt, but I'm not going to waste Jimmy DeMarco against one person, because Jimmy DeMarco... just leave him there. Leave him there. No, you just stay there. I'm going to do that talking, and these guys are going to say goodbye to everybody, including you. Here's the thing. Next time we're in Clearfield, we're going to have ourselves a battle royal, no doubt. But then, in our main event, we're going to have a 6-man tag team match. It's going to be DeMarco, his girlfriend Flexor, and where's Jason Gory? Well, who cares? There you are. And you, Gory, and you're going to take on Logan, Michael Facade, and John Bolen. Have a good night, everyone.
It's the most chaotic and raucous Clearfield event of all time, and it just keeps getting wilder. Ladies and gentlemen, look out!
It's not over, Joe. We gotta get out of here. This is getting crazy.
We gotta go before we get messed up in this.
But the stage is set. We got big matches coming, Combat in Clearfield 4.
And we're on the way to the road to Super Indy 11. It's a week away. 2 titles decided, and the chaos still reigns. Good night from IWC DVD.
Let's get out of here.
Ladies and gentlemen, Shulo, John Bolen, and your winner to resolve this competition, Michael Bolen.